my podcast people, and thank you for joining me for yet another episode of my favorite podcast. If you are listening to this or watching it when it drops, it is Monday, June 3rd. Welcome to June, folks. Welcome to June. Today we are talking about 7 tips to prepare you for the summer slowdown. Why? Because it's June, which means that it's almost summer. I believe the first day of summer is like June 20 something. I don't know. But either way, summer is coming. And that means the summer slowdown is coming. And every year, folks are like, I never knew. I don't want that this year, right? So obviously this episode is an episode for my Northern Hemisphere homies. If you're not living in that or residing in that part of the world, feel free to skip this episode. I'd love to have you listen, but also if it doesn't apply to you, go enjoy the impending winter. So, life updates before we hop on to the episode, because why not? One, I'm recording this at nighttime because today is, when I record it, is Memorial Day. Went to play volleyball this morning, then spent the day outside just by the fire, because it's still cold here. But it was sunny, but it was chilly. So I'm outside in the sun, and then the sun kind of goes down, and I'll turn the fire table on. Was doing work out there, and so I'm recording at night. So if it looks a little different, that's why. But Lex and I basically took a staycation for the weekend before Memorial Day, which basically meant no volleyball, because when we play volleyball, we have to wake up very early. So Saturday, Sunday, no volleyball. I went to the store and got a bunch of cheese and grapes and chips. I made popcorn with the popcorn machine. We have the full stand-up, a cart popcorn machine. It's great. I love it. We got it from, I almost said Etsy. No, fuck Etsy. We didn't get it from Etsy. We got it from Wayfair. I got some chip witches. We binged the Netflix show, Inventing Anna. I know I'm late to the party. It's a 2022 show. I don't care. Watched it. Fucking loved it. If you haven't seen it, consider checking it out. What else? I'm dealing with a little weird elbow stuff right now. If you're watching, you see, I still have my volleyball. I usually wear a Maestro thing. I didn't even change. It is what it is. But I got some tape on from my guy, David. He's over in, where is he over? In Berlin. He's over in Germany. But I got some rock tape stuff on, some his personalized rock tape stuff, because I got some elbow stuff going on. I thought it was from sleeping weird, but it's clearly volleyball related because it's really owning the right side. But either way, PT is the best first career because I know what to do. I'm taking care of it, and it's actually much better. But that's what's going on there. I did not change the oil on my Jeep. I do that twice a year. I don't want to hear if you think I should do it more. I don't care because I don't need to. I literally never drive. But I changed it on Memorial Day. It's one of the times, and didn't do it this weekend. Hopefully I'll do that next weekend. Why do it myself? Because I can and because I want to, and I don't have to deal with anybody else. So, yeah. What else? Everyone is complaining about May Gray, which happens every year. May Gray happens every year. And then you know what comes after that? June gloom. Every single year. It's gray outside. And every single fucking year, everybody, including the locals, complain about it. And I'm like, dude, it's not even that bad, honestly. Because it's not raining. It's a little bit chilly, but it's not raining. And it usually burns off around midday, early afternoon. So you still do get some sun. It's just not sunny in the morning. I think part of the biggest issue is that we get this May Gray and June gloom on the weekends. I think if it was gloomy all week, but then fine on the weekends, most people wouldn't say anything. Although I will say many people in Southern California do make an effort to live life and not just be living for the weekend. But either way, I think part of it's that it's May Gray and June gloom on the weekends. But either way, it happens every year. And every year I'm like, folks, write it down. Because it's going to come back again next year, and this way you're not surprised. Although I don't think it makes a difference for people because they just will be like, I know, but I'm still sad. But either way, this is the perfect segue for today's topic, which is preparing for the summer slowdown. Of note, something that I talk about actually pretty often is writing things down, whether it's the weather or how you're feeling. Those are kind of the two most important things to me, the weather and how I'm feeling in that time period. And I do it in sort of this short journal format. I haven't been doing as much as I like because I've been doing the morning pages. And it's just, I just can't do it all. But when there are notable things, especially in the weather, I will go and I put it in my notes section, I write it down, and I break it up by month. This allows me to prepare for the next year because everything comes back around. Spirality and seasonality, it's real. It's very real. I have an episode about that with the ever wonderful Emily Reed. Courtney, if you could drop that, thank you. It all comes back around. Let's not be surprised, right? So one thing that comes back around every single year, besides May Gray and June gloom, is social media numbers dropping big time because people are outside, right? They're traveling, they're doing summering stuff, and they're on their phones less. And every year, people freak out about this. Every single year. Don't be like that. Let's have this year be different. Right? I am making this episode and I'm putting it out before summer starts to tell you that it's going to happen. Yes, it's going to happen on top of whatever nonsense is currently happening. And all they see on threads is people complaining about their reach being so far down on Instagram. Honestly, folks, post and move, post and move. But I am telling you now about the summer slowdown so that you cannot say, I never knew. Shout out to Tony Baker for that line. So I'm going to give you 7 tips to prepare for the summer slowdown, and it kind of ties in with some ideas for what to do during the summer slowdown. So it's not a surprise, and so that you can kind of, I don't want to say that make the most of it, but let's lean into it, right? Let's say that, so that you can lean into it, okay? 7 tips. Number 1, write it down so it doesn't surprise you again next year. Write it down. Write down what happens this summer. Write down about your numbers or anything in the business. Maybe the business slows down, you get less inquiries. Write it down because it's going to come back next year. Number 2, write down how you feel about the amount of work that you're doing right now and during this summer. Some folks may feel like you want to be working less. If that is the case, then you're going to have to front load the year and make more money in quarter 1 and early quarter 2 so that you can work less in the summer and be fine. So write that down so that you can prepare for next year, right? We're going to use this summer slowdown to prepare ourselves for the next summer slowdown, right? Number 3, continue with your normal content creation schedule. Momentum is magic. And it will beat motivation every single time. We know activation energy is a real thing. It is hard to get started, so just keep going. Embrace the summer slowdown and just keep posting. As it relates to Instagram, if you folks are going to be like, no one's seeing my stuff, it's slowing down, then that means that you can create that stuff, no one sees it, and then you can just repost it later, right? Look at that. Building the body of work, giving yourself a little buffer, a little pad that you can lean on later. Right? Number 4, speaking of reposting, lean into reposting old things if you don't feel like creating new things right now. Again, I just suggest that you keep going with the content creation, especially if you're newer to this. From a strategy perspective, right? The summer slowdown does mean less eyes, but that also tends to mean more creators taking a break because they're like, oh, there's less people, there's less eyes, which realistic means that there is more opportunity, right? There's more room for you to get your stuff seen. So 1, we look to build that habit, we have to continue with that habit. And 2, we're looking to capitalize on the fact that other people are taking a fucking break, okay? Number 5, tip number 5. Jill speaks about anabolic, Jill Fit, my girl Jill Fit, right? Jill talks about anabolic and catabolic phases of business or seasons of the business, right? Anabolic meaning you're building up the business, catabolic, you're breaking it down. Summer traditionally tends to be more anabolic, meaning it's a building phase for the business because you're typically not selling, right? Selling is typically the catabolic phase. You're, losing followers, people unsubscribing because you're asking them for money. Happens. During the summer, we're oftentimes not selling as much. There may be some summer programs that you run, but in general, it's kind of like the spring and the fall where we sell the most, right? Summer, not as much. So what can we do? We can use this time to build your audience, right? Just give. So circling back to that last point, number 4, and number 3, just keep posting, keep sharing content, keep nurturing that audience, keep providing value for that audience. Continue writing to your email list. If you haven't started the email list, start it. If you haven't written in a long time, write to them, right? Consider creating a lead magnet during this time. And I think maybe this Thursday's episode will be about lead magnets. I have to go and see if I have one. But if I do have one, that's what this Thursday, because Thursdays are throwback episodes. But if I do have one, that's what this Thursday will be about. But consider creating a lead magnet and using that to build your list. The advanced version of this would be to run ads to a lead magnet that you have that already converts really well, right? So again, with point number 5, we are preparing for what we think we're going to do or what we can do during this summer slowdown. Okay. Tip number 6, pick 1. I said 1, folks, 1, because focus is a superpower. Pick 1 boring behind the scenes business task that you know you want to get done and then do it this summer. Just 1. Right? Maybe it's a website revamp. Lex ran a website audit. We will link that in the show notes. So if you want to do that, it's a website audit challenge, and now it's going to be an online course, or now it is an online course. So if you're looking for something around that, some guidance with that, you can do that. You could refilm a course. You could update a sales page. I don't know what you need to do. I don't really think that summer is a great time to learn something new. I don't think people are in the right mind frame. If that's you and you are, go ahead. But I don't want us to be setting these like high aspirational goals and then we don't do them and then we get mad at ourselves. Like, it's summertime. You're probably not going to be learning something new. So this way, let's just have that one task that you're like, I got to get this thing done. I've been wanting to get this done. Let's try that and look to just get that one thing. You might probably have a list of like a million things. Pick the easiest thing from that list and get it done. Right? Just one. And then cheer for yourself. And then go get a popsicle because it's going to be summertime. Okay? The main thing here is that we're picking one. Why? Because summer goes fast as fuck. Which brings us to point number 7. Summer goes fast as fuck. So make sure you enjoy it. Use this summer slowdown and this impending summer slowdown to plan to enjoy your summer. And this doesn't mean planning like massive vacations. If you want to do that, that's great. But to me, this means giving yourself permission to say yes to those kind of summer-only activities. Right? I don't have an extensive list of this. In the summertime, I could just hang out and do the same thing I kind of do all year because the weather doesn't change that much here. But if where you live, there are certain things, and where you live or how your lifestyle is and your family, you have kids, they're out for the summer, or you really have like big, changes in the weather in a good way. Right? I'm thinking like Arizona, like stay your ass inside. If you're in Arizona, go inside. But give yourself permission to say yes to the summer-only activities because they go by so fast. And then we already know, come September, I already know people are going to be on Instagram. They're going to be on Threads wishing for summer to come back. All right, we're going to get into the thick of summer. People about to be on Threads complaining it's too hot and they're sweaty. And then it's going to turn into September and people are going to be like, I miss sundresses. I miss the sun. I already know. So prepare yourself, give yourself permission to say yes to those summer-only activities. All right? All right, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because, well, summer is coming, which means you probably want to be leaning into doing other things. If you live anywhere besides SoCal, it's getting warmer, which is a big thing. And again, I know I'm talking a lot about the SoCal weather, but people just be complaining. Lexa's complaining, and I'm like, it's great here. It is great. Because I know that it's sunnier in other places, but like y'all had fucking winter. You deserve some sun. Yet it was fucking cold there. Like it gets chilly here, but not that cold. You had like big jackets on and it snowed in some places. Like, you're allowed to have some warm weather right now. We here in SoCal will get this nice weather until October, until early November. It's amazing, right? So if it's nicer there, lean in. I'm going to keep the episode short so you can go lean into that nicer weather. Hopefully you found these tips helpful and the summer slowdown won't surprise you. Don't forget, folks, tickets for Boss Up, the in-person event of the year, are on sale. Early bird pricing ends at the end of, I should check that. Oof, I think it's the end of June. Either way, just why you got to wait till the end. Just go check it out. Visit themovementmaestro.com/BossUp 2024. You can read about the entire event, the speakers, the topics, what to expect, all the things. If you got questions, shoot me a DM at themovementmaestro, or you can text me 310-737-2345. We would love to have you. All right, gonna wrap it up here. As always, endlessly appreciative for every single one of you. Until next time, friends, Maestro out.